Welcome PSY 309 students. This is my week 6 commentary. I'm making my first commentary from my office in Lebrites. Just to give you a very quick look, let me rotate this and you'll see bright sunshine out there in Lebrites and a very nice office which I am sharing with a colleague who you will meet. The task at this moment is commenting on week 6 study of health maintenance. So this is our second week looking at both physical changes and health maintenance in middle and late adulthood, with an emphasis on late adulthood. The first test should be completed, and let me quickly add an apology. I was delayed in getting this commentary produced and posted for you, and the reasons for that are substantial, but nevertheless, the good news is some resilience here and we're back on track. So, as we're looking at health maintenance, you are also developing a proposal this week, which you ought to look at as a draft. It is a proposal of your course project, and it shows your ability to do two things. Number one is to develop a focus that's authentically useful to you in your academic program or personal development, and also illustrates your abilities to research at the junior collegiate level. So this isn't your typical Psych 100 essay or paper, but rather this is a designed small study associated with middle and late adulthood that's valuable to you. Those papers, there is a sample now posted in the assignments folders, and when you submit those papers, do so thinking it's a work in progress, a draft. I will review those and have been reviewing the early ones, and give you suggestions for further development should you choose to revise them. If you don't revise them and are happy with the tentative grade that you receive, that's fine also. Coming back to hold on just a second. Coming back to the chapter 5 of this week's study. Health maintenance is not hard to intellectually understand, but is hard in terms of implementing, in terms of specific programs and practices. So this chapter, as in chapter 4, takes a systems view of bodily changes and the kinds of preventative and maintenance activities that are available to middle and late adults who are investing in their own wellness or the wellness of their family members. So I think from my point of view, understanding a systems approach is really the key competency coming out of this. Students and family members can always pick up this information later on, but learning how to look at it systemically is a valuable thinking skill, if not a research skill. So this chapter being studied, and as far as your grades are concerned, again, the test prep notes ought to be instructive as far as what specifically is going to appear on the next test, test 2 I believe it is. And if you have any questions about what's in the prep notes, I urge you to post those questions on the discussion board, and or contact me and we'll do a video conference discussion of the material and make sure that your questions are answered and you're well prepared for the test. So I mentioned earlier about the proposal, which is the way in which you customize this course to your own needs and interest. I've mentioned the test, which I think most of you are completing, and I will give group feedback on the number of people who complete it, the average scores and whatnot. And the tests will be curved if the group as a whole comes in at a low level. And I think the last item on my agenda for this week is to urge you to go to the Google community, the the TUL/UMA Google community. This is found in your Google Plus tools, and I would like every student to post an introduction there. There are currently, I think, about 10 students and faculty from both sides of the Atlantic who have posted introductions there. And my hope is that by the end of this week or next at the latest, that number will have doubled, and students will get a glimpse of what being an undergraduate in a very different cultural context means. My hope is also that you will then contact either the Czech instructors or Czech students, which is better still, and interview them as you develop your course project. That, to me, is a home run in terms of adding a cross-cultural perspective to the project that you're investigating. So, as always, I will be happy to assist either with your getting to the Google community or with your connecting with individuals here in the Czech Republic. And I think those are my major highlights. Do let me know if you're having any difficulties with the course. We have a small number of students. We are in week 6 thinking about whether or not we're going to have a mid-semester check-in video conference. And I would offer that even to 1 or 2 students if you are interested. And if we have a larger group, that will be fine. And if it is optional, so that if it's not something you want to invest time in, we can skip the middle one, even though the last one is required, because that's when you'll do your oral presentation. So I think those are the highlights for now, and I look forward to hearing from you and reviewing your draft course proposals.